Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the AL Central 42 Series Team Affinity cards, give them in-depth true reviews, rate them 1 through 5 Chewies. The way this works is essentially I'm going to go over their attributes and kind of evaluate each card and what I think about them, then give them a 1 through 5 rating. That is their Chewy rating. Let's get into it. Tim Anderson. The shortstop for the Chicago White Sox, Tim Anderson's right-handed batting, right-handed throwing, can play second base and third base as well as his primary already mentioned shortstop. He's 6'1", 185 pounds, and he is one of those guys for the last couple seasons that batted over 300, has a very good on-base percentage, which makes him a phenomenal hitter. He has 81 contact versus righty, 114 contact versus lefty, 70 power versus righty, 85 power versus lefty with 71 vision, 36 discipline, and 59 clutch. So he has pretty good power for a shortstop. Not the best. He's not as balanced in the power and contact as Bichette is. However, he does absolutely mash left-handed pitching at that 114 contact and the 85 power. So those are great numbers against lefties. He also hits righties not too bad, but just not as good as the lefties, obviously. For his fielding, he has 73 fielding, 84 arm strength, 75 arm accuracy, 73 reaction with 84 speed, 62 stealing, and 80 base running aggressiveness. Comparing him to, I guess, what I feel is probably the best shortstop, Bo Bichette, I think this Tim Anderson is very close to that Bo Bichette that came out of the AL East. At least that's the highest rated shortstop we've gone over so far out of these true reviews. Maybe we'll catch another one that's rated as high as the Bichette or not. Comparing those two side by side, I really do think the Bichette's still slightly better than Anderson. However, Anderson crushes lefties, pretty decent against righties, has good range with the 84 speed as well as 73 reaction. The fielding's not the best, but 73 is not the worst. He does have a good arm, which means he gets in deep in that hole. He's going to be able to still fire it over there at 84. I'm going to give him 4.5 Chewies. I think he's a very good card. He has good speed. He can play 3 infield positions. I'm not really against this Tim Anderson at all. I'm going to give him definitely some looks on my team for sure. So we're going to give him 4.5 Chewies. I do think he's one of the better 42 series players in the team Affinity. Franmil Reyes. The Franimal, as he likes to go by, plays right field for the Cleveland Indians. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, can also play left field. No center field for this guy. He's 6'5", 265 pounds, so a very big man that absolutely crushes balls, tears the cover off. He has 75 contact versus righty, 99 contact versus lefty, 106 power versus righty, 89 power versus lefty, 68 vision, 80 discipline, and 56 clutch. This card is going to be one of the best hitting cards when it comes to power. He might actually have the highest rating for righties when it comes to power out of these 42 series from the team Affinities. The 106 against righties and 89 versus lefties are huge power numbers. Something you really like to see. He also has great contact versus lefties at 99. The 75 contact versus righty is not that bad, but he absolutely is going to mash at that 106 power. For his fielding, he has 70 fielding, 80 arm strength, 56 arm accuracy, 72 reaction, 47 speed, 10 stealing, 32 base running aggressiveness. Now, I will say the fielding is not the best, but it is better than some of the other power bats that you'll see in this 42 series. He doesn't have the best wheels, but 47 isn't the slowest either. He's a corner outfielder, kind of comparing him to Giancarlo Stanton. I like Reyes' swing better than Stanton, although Stanton has a little bit more pop than the Franmil Reyes does. Another guy that has a lot of pop on his bat will be the Joey Gallo that will eventually go over in the AL West. I'm going to give this Reyes 4.5 Chewies. I do think he's a very good card at this point in the game. Has tremendous power against righties and lefties, and I really like that. Has good contact numbers, and his vision's not too bad at 68 either. The fielding's a little bit subpar, but I think you can get away with it as one of the corner outfielders. Reyes is going to stick with that 4.5 Chewies. Nico Goodrum. The super utility player Nico Goodrum, primary is a shortstop, but he can play first, second, third, left field, center field, right field. The only thing this man can't do is catch and pitch. Phenomenal utility guy. I recommend him as one of the guys to definitely unlock in these 42 series. I think the fact that he's like a Swiss Army knife and can play anywhere is huge. He's a switch hitter, throws right-handed, obviously, or he couldn't play all those positions. Looking at his attributes, he has 63 contact versus righty, 115 contact versus lefty, 82 power versus righty, 70 power versus lefty with 61 vision, 82 discipline, 67 clutch. Something I got to say about this Goodrum is he's an absolute monster when it comes to Battle Royale. You might catch him in what his regular live series card is. In the top 10 Battle Royale players whenever I go over that list. Then I'm going to come up with maybe a list bi-weekly or something to go over the best Battle Royale players to pick in your draft per bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. Now you're looking at it here. The 62 contact versus righty is a little bit disappointing, but he does have some good pop against righty at 82. The 115 contact versus lefty is huge with 70 power. So against lefties, he's going to be great. Against righties, he's going to just be average. He's not going to be anything overwhelming, but he's going to be pretty good. Where this card shines, though, is in the field. 92 fielding, 83 arm strength, 56 arm accuracy, 95 reaction with 80 speed, 48 stealing, and 44 base run aggressiveness. The speed as well as the reaction in the fielding literally allows this guy to play anywhere in the field. It's amazing. That utility alone makes this a great card. On top of his hitting is not the worst, but he does have a super glitchy swing. I'm going to give him 4.5 chewies just like I gave the first two cards. I think the AL Central is absolutely loaded with good cards. You can't really go wrong with picking one of them. But I do think the first three guys we just went over, all 4.5 chewies, all great cards, some of the best you can get in the 42 series. Salvador Perez. The catcher for the Kansas City Royals, Salvador Perez, is right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. Can also play first base. He has 71 contact versus righty, 67 contact versus lefty with 85 power versus righty, 90 power versus lefty with 80 vision, 38 discipline, 81 clutch. Perez has a swing that's pretty unique. You kind of got to get used to it. If you're not used to it, he can be a little bit hard to hit with, but I really like this Salvador Perez. I always think he has one of the best cards. And defensively, this card's actually pretty good. 78 fielding, 77 arm strength, 77 accuracy, 80 reaction, 76 blocking, 24 speed, 11 stealing, and 12 base running aggressiveness. So he has a good pop against lefties and righties. He has pretty good contact. His vision's good at 80. The defense is average to above average. Another card that, I mean, it's going to sound redundant, but 4.5 chewies. He's a catcher. There's a lot of catchers that are hard to get in this game. Now, I will say that the Mike Piazza is out for the first inning boss, and possibly with the Mike Piazza, you could go with Piazza rather than the Perez. However, I do think that Gaines Perez will allow you to grab one of the other guys, whether it's Lofton or Valenzuela, if you want to go that route, rather than going with the Mike Piazza. That's the only downside, is that the Mike Piazza might be the best pick. You're going to have to check out a video that will come a little bit later this week about who you should pick for the first inning bosses. However, I will say that this Perez is a good card, 4.5 chewies. We can't take that away from him. He's one of the top catchers in the game. Jose Berrios. The Twins starting pitcher, Jose Berrios, is right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. He throws a slurve, 4-seam fastball, 2-seam fastball, and a changeup. Not the best pitch repertoire, however. That slurve is a pretty nice pitch coming in at 83 miles an hour. Then his fastball for his 4-seam is 95, 2-seam is 94, changeup is 85. For his control, it's not really that great. 79 on the slurve, then he has 67 4-seam, 72 2-seam, and then the 77 for the changeup. But the pitch movement on the slurve and the 4-seam fastball as well as the 2-seam fastball are great. 89 up. The slurve is 99. It has huge loopy break on it. It's a very good pitch. He's just a little bit inaccurate. If he does hang it, he can probably get crushed. 78 changeup. Looking at this card's attributes, he has 93 stamina, 86 hits per 9, 75 K per 9, 83 base on balls per 9, 82 home run per 9, 76 pitch and clutch, 73 control, 84 velocity, and 99 break. Within this, having 86 hits per 9 really isn't that bad at this point in the game. That's one of the better numbers. He does have a low Ks per 9, so he's not going to get too many swings and misses. But the base on balls per 9 kind of shows the control. The home runs per 9 will be pretty decent for offline play. I'm going to give this Berrios 4 chewies. If his hits per 9 were like in the low 90s, maybe a little bit higher rating. Or if he threw a little bit harder, not really a power pitcher. If you do hang his slurve, which is a little bit inaccurate, I do really think he's going to get crushed. He doesn't throw an overpowering 4-seam or 2-seam. So it's just one of those things. He's not like a true power pitcher. He's like in between. He throws hard, but not really, really hard. I think 4 chewies is a fair rating. And unfortunately, that makes him the lowest rated card in this division. But Jose Berrios is still a viable starter at this point in the game if you want to go with him. Don't get me wrong, that slurve does have a lot of break. A lot of people have trouble hitting the slurve, but I think that just his 4-seam fastball being in the mid-90s and that slurve not having the best accuracy keeps him at 4 chewies. That's going to wrap up the true reviews of these 42 series AL Central cards. We went over Tim Anderson, Franmil Reyes, Nico Goodrum, Salvador Perez, and Jose Berrios. I think if I had to pick one guy out of this entire division, I'd probably pick Franmil Reyes or Tim Anderson first, depending if you need an outfielder or a shortstop. I do think Nico Goodrum's a guy to have on your bench at the very least because he's a super utility. Salvador Perez will probably be most guys' catchers that do these 42 series teams affinities, at least for a little bit, maybe until you get the Mike Piazza or whatever else. I think Jose Berrios might find their way in the bottom of rotations. If I had to rank these guys, I'd probably go Reyes, Anderson, Perez, Goodrum, then Berrios. However, the first 4 guys I went over in this review, I think, are all pretty even at that 4.5 Chewy rating. So it's kind of a hard decision. I just think the Reyes with his power and a good swing might be a little bit unmatched for the other guys. But I could also see you arguing that Salvador Perez is the #1 man. How about you guys? Let me know in the comments down below what you think about these 5 cards. Which ones do you think is the best? I'd love to hear from you. As always, I appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video for any of your friends that play MLB The Show 21. You guys have a great day and be safe.